Good morning. Today we're going to work on how to actually write the rest of our paper. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go back to our outline. Yesterday I had you go through all of your cards and take a look at those to figure out how the groupings needed to be, what order you were going to write about those cards. You numbered them. You put a star on the two that you want to use for your direct quotes, the ones that you want to use those exact words. And so you should be ready to go. So our first step to writing the rest of the paper is to go back to our outline. And as I have gone through my cards, I'm checking to be sure that this is the kind of information that I have in my cards and that that's what I want to talk about. So one of the things I noticed when I remember I'm pretending that I'm writing a paper about abortion. So this is my example. I went through my cards and I realized that I had a lot of information about the legal stuff about abortions. And so I've gone back into my outline and I've adjusted it and I've added, here's the problems. There's legal issues. There's the whole Roe versus Wade court case. And there's the protests that happen outside of abortion clinics that sometimes get violent and that kind of thing. And I want to talk about all of those things. Now, as I'm looking at my outline, I want to make sure that this is the order that I want to talk about things. And I think I have a little bit of a problem here because this says I'm going to talk about abortion and then I'm going to talk about the problems and the different kinds. And then down here, I'm going to talk about the who and the why. I've decided that's not the right order. I've decided that I want to talk about the why and I want to talk about the who right when I talk about abortions in general, like in one of my first paragraphs. So I'm going to go up here and I want to make my letter A, instead of it being problems, I want to go here. Notice I just hit enter and it automatically took problems down and gave it a letter B. And here I want to talk about the why people have abortions. And then I want to talk about the who. All right, so the why and the who, and this is where I'm going to give my statistics in with my why and my who has them, and age groupings and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that just looks a lot better. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to delete out that. I'm going to delete out that. And now it went ahead and it re-lettered everything for me, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I like the rest of this, which means now I'm ready to write. Okay. I really think that the prep work, sorry, I have a fuzzy and stuck to my lip. I really think that the prep work is the most important part about writing a research paper, writing any paper. We're a society where we just want to jump in and get started on something, and we don't stop to think first. And I think that it's really, no, I'm going to take that away because yesterday I told you, don't say I think, don't say I believe. We want to just make statements that are. So my R statement would be, it's really important for you to do the prep work first. It's really important to organize your thoughts. It's really important to brainstorm, to think, to outline, to organize, so that when you get to the writing part, it's just a matter of putting it onto paper. You already know what you want to say. It's just a matter of actually saying it. That's where we're at. We've got our outline is done. We've got our cards organized, and so we're ready to go. So it's time. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm going to show you a handy dandy nifty little trick that I didn't know how to do this morning. It's actually 7:30 right now, but a half hour ago, maybe more, I called Mrs. Eaton 6:45 in the morning and said, how do you do this? And she wasn't positive, so she went and woke up Drew and Drew showed us how to do it. So just know that your teachers are learning too. And we are up early every morning getting stuff ready, trying to post things, starting our day. So I just want you guys to know how hard we're working to make this work for you. If you have questions, please, please, please email me. Send me a video. Don't sit there and struggle, okay? I'm here to help you. Once I post this stuff, I literally sit at my computer and answer questions all day long from students. So give me something to do so that I have questions to answer, and I'd love to help you out, okay? If you need to, we can do a Google Meet. You can always invite me to a Google Meet, and between 8 and 3, I'm supposed to be tied to my computer, so anytime between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m., if you send me a Google Meet invite, I should be, around within 10 to 15 minutes or so of checking that. You know, Barring the fact that I'm helping other students too, I will answer it and get back to you. So here we go. This is what I learned today. I'm trying to get this so that you can see me without a huge glare of the light above me. What I want you to do first is you're going to go up. I have my outline open, obviously, right here, because I just worked on it. And I made it, half of my screen because now I'm going to move a tab over so that I also have my paper. So here is my intro video that I made for you guys. It has my introduction on it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to just click and hold and drag it. And maybe you already know how to do this, but I didn't. And so I feel really cool. So I'm going to just drag it. It drags it across and it finally breaks it free and puts it over there next to my other one. So I'm going to shrink my outline down a little bit. I know what my thesis statement says. So now, I can just see my outline topics right here. Typically, I would have done this by having a printed out copy sitting next to me and following it as I'm writing my paper. But since I'm trying to do everything online so that you guys can see it, I think this is a really great option, especially for you guys because you are more digital than I am. Let's see. I don't like how I have this. I'm going to move this over. Just the only reason I'm moving it over is because I have that little camera thing down there, so you couldn't see half of this paper. Okay, so here's my body copy. We've got the heading, we've got the title, you've got your introduction, and you've got your thesis here all underlined. And that's how much you should have on your paper. Now we're ready to write the rest of it. So as you write it's funny because I'm trying to point at the screen and I really can't. As you are working on writing your body, you should be following your outline. Your outline and your body should go in exactly the same order. So if you change something as you're writing and you decide, oh no, I want to talk about the who first, then I need to go in and change it in my outline to reflect that. Okay? Hopefully you've gone in and you've put enough work into your outline that you have it pretty solid of the order that you want. But remember, everything has to match. So if you change something in one spot, you have to change it in the other spot. If I decide that I don't like my thesis and I change it here, I need to make sure that I go and I change it here on my outline because everything needs to match. So here's the basic process. I typed up a little paragraph here that kind of explains to you what you're going to be doing as you write each paragraph. So we've done our intro. So according to my outline, the next thing I need to do is to start talking about abortion itself. And I have said that I'm going to do the why of abortion. So over here, this paragraph is for you for your own educational purposes to show you how you should be writing it. So the first thing that you have to do when you write a paragraph is to have a topic sentence. And that topic sentence should cover the type of information that will be presented in this paragraph. But do not write something that says, in this paragraph, I will. Okay, don't do that. Instead, you just present what it is. The topic sentence needs to be from your own brain. It's not a note card. It's not a quote. It's not a statistic. It might be a longer, more developed version of one of the statements that you wrote on the card that is on the top of your separate groupings. Remember that day? I said, take your groupings, put a note card on top of it, and come up with 3 statements about the cards that are in this pile. It was supposed to be a general statement about the cards. And for most of you, they were really short little quips. Now you're going to take those sentences and make them a little bit more developed, longer, use some prepositional phrases. Maybe you're going to join 2 of them together, 2 thoughts together with a comma coordinating conjunction, like comma but, comma and, things like that. So a longer, more developed sentence explaining all, kind of referencing, not explaining, but referencing what's going to be in that paragraph. So now, after you've done that, throughout this and every paragraph that you write, you'll be making statements of your own thinking. So statements that say something fairly general, like abortion is horrible. Okay? A lot of people have abortions. That's a general statement. And then you would back it up with the research from your note cards. So after you put the research in there, 75% of all people, blah, 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 then you comment and you talk about it, and then you make another statement. And then you back that statement up with information from your note cards. And you keep doing that and working your way through all of your note cards that you have for that topic. At the end of the paragraph, there should be one last sentence from your own brain that closes the paragraph down and kind of summarizes all that was said in a very general way. It's your closing sentence. So you have a topic sentence, and then you have a closing sentence. Okay? That's what your paragraph should look like every single time. So my first paragraph is going to be, and how do you decide paragraphs? It depends on your outline. You might, depending on how much information you have, like I know that I would have, multiple cards on this. I might have enough information to write one whole paragraph on just letter A, the why people have abortions. Then I would go and start a new paragraph, and that paragraph will be all about letter B, the who that have abortions. And then when I get down to paragraph C, I have to decide. When I look at my note cards, and this is what you have to do, I can't tell you how many paragraphs you should have. My guess is that you're going to have a paragraph for each of the capital letters that you have. When you get here talking about these, it depends on how many cards you have. It depends on how much you have to say about these things. I might just make one quite lengthy paragraph about the problems. And these are the things I'm going to talk about in this order in that paragraph. But maybe I have enough note cards. Maybe I have enough information to do a paragraph on the legal issues, the legal side of abortion. Maybe I have enough information to talk about Roe versus Wade and what it was and how it affects the issue of abortion even today. Maybe I have enough information to do another paragraph that's just about the protesting that happens outside of abortion clinics and the good that comes out of it, but also the bad that comes out of it. Okay? It all depends on how much information you have. I can't tell you, as your teacher, how many paragraphs you should have. It all depends on how much information you have. Maybe I don't have enough information to do a paragraph on the why and the who separately, and so I combine these 2 things together in one paragraph. That's fine. You can do that. Your paragraphs need to be well developed. They need to start with a topic sentence. They need to end with a closing sentence. And a paragraph at your level of writing should probably never be less than 5 to 6 sentences at the minimum. You are approaching being sophomores very soon. Your writing skills should reflect that. So your paragraph should be very developed. Okay? So this is the process that you're going to use. I've told you, how you try to determine what paragraphs you need. Please remember every time you start a new paragraph, you need to hit that tab key to indent. So if I'm here and I'm going to go to my next paragraph, I hit enter, I hit tab so that I indent, and now I'm going to start with my topic sentence for my next paragraph. All right, that's the basics of the how to do it. You need to make sure that you go and watch the other videos that I'm including so that you know how to cite your information. It's really important. If you don't cite it, it's plagiarism. So please, please, please go watch the next video. All right. And I don't know how to stop this. I've lost all my stuff. Ah! Hold on, guys. I'll get it.